Welcome back everybody to Glen Isla Extended. I think when we left off we were grinning through our teeth. Haha. Okay, so I think I discovered what the problem was. I have tried 3 times in a row to start this episode, and all 3 times I wanted to repeat without recording just to get the 56 GMC pickup back into the chicken coop over there. And yeah, every time I would go over there with the truck with some empty egg crates or pallets to put in there, and I would manually load up the eggs into one pallet, and they were there, and I would grab another pallet to throw into the trigger there, the collection for the eggs there. The first pallet would be absorbed by the second pallet, and at which point the game started to act up, and I'd get back in the truck and the player would freeze. I think the problem is with the egg pallet in 1.3. I've left a comment in the mod hub there. Hopefully the developer sees it and takes a good close look at it for 1.3. Okay, so let's pick up somewhat differently here. I know I've got eggs sitting there. I don't believe I have the, I do have the Chevy tow, the tow tune still, but it's now sitting at the garage. I'm not going to pick up any of the egg pallets. I've actually disabled that mod, and we'll set this up for right control or left control delete, so we don't have that coming up. Anyways, let's take this truck back to the farm, and we'll just have to load our eggs loose on this truck, I guess. I don't know a better way to do it at this point. So anyways, how's everybody's day going? Nice and sunny here on the farm. It's kind of quick in here like that for these roads, isn't it? I need to decrease the cruise speed for this thing. I'm sure glad they fixed the oops, not paying attention there. Sure glad they fixed the wheel and pedal setup that I have here, at least as far as the pedals go. They were sorry, I'm distracted here. I'm looking at my mic. Yeah, I actually have sensitivity now on the brake and the gas. Some people were saying they had it, but I don't think they really did. I think they thought they had it. Now that they've actually fixed the pedals segment, I think they're noticing the difference right away. Now it feels like 17, you know, you're just a little bit of my gas pedal and I've got just a little bit of throttle, you know. It seems a lot more sequential, shall we say. Sure like the sound of this truck. I've said that a few times, but it does sound great. You know, and they've got the RPM quite sensitive too for the sound. That's great. I don't know why that's coming up. Matter of fact, let's make sure it's not coming up anymore. Where's the radio here? Let's turn that off, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore. I never listened to the radio here, so all of a sudden that was coming up in 1.32. So I don't think I'm going to make you watch me manually load the eggs on this truck, but I'll get it into position here at least. I'm pretty sure I can sneak past there. What do you think? Look at that. That's too bad I couldn't just park the truck in there and allow the eggs to load onto that. Anyways, we're going to leave the eggs alone for now, and like I said, I will do that manually when I'm not recording. Just make sure the chickens have lots of food. And they do. And let's jump into the John Deere. And we have a field that we can seed. Just set this up. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. We'll get rid of that. That looks pretty good. We'll drive over there. Field 1 there I'm gonna do with the lime as well. That needs to happen. So this field's pretty much ready to go here. There was a couple areas there that were part of the grass area between these fields. Even though I plowed them, they still show only secondary seeding or secondary fertilization in this area in here. But as soon as I plant, that will become dark like all of this. This is only dark because I went over it again, just said whatever and went over it again. Okay, so let's put something a little different in here. Oh, we were going to put soybean in here. That's what I was going to do. Okay, so this is field 2, I believe. Yes. So we'll bring up the course play. I have a field 2 loaded, I'm sure. Yes, we do. So we'll load that. And let's back that up. Love how the hazard lights actually reflect off the arrow there. If I get close enough, watch this. You can see it reflecting off that arrow as if it's a hard point in the game. Interesting. Okay, we'll double check our field speeds here. That all looks pretty good. We're set for the seeder. First waypoint. And we'll drive that course. Set for soybean. Should be good. Now somehow here, I have now do I have to be in the vehicle to do that? Now there's a light mod that allows you to control the lights on AI and everything. Maybe it's because I got to be in another tractor and have them on mine, like say my hazard lights or whatever, hazard beacons. Supposedly it's supposed to work. I haven't tried it yet. So let's just go and we'll jump out here for a second, and let's jump into the ST Max, which doesn't have any beacons. That's not going to work, so let's jump into the Dutes. And we'll just turn on his beacon. And let's take a look. Did that turn on the beacons on the John Deere? It's called the Light mod, and I picked it up off the Mod Hub. Now that's probably too far away. So let's just pop over near him there. No, it did not. Now if I bring up F1, no, not sure exactly how that mod works, so I'm going to have to do some double checking. Anyways, let's get back to what we were doing here, and I'm going to grab onto our, whoops, I hate it when I do that. Oh, do I hate it when I do that. But that's live gameplay, people. Welcome to it. We're going to jump back and grab onto the lime spreader. Field 1 needs lime, and I'm sure I have to plot the course for that one. I tried putting a weight on the front of this tractor, but I think these balloon tires are so cushy that they actually lower the front end of the tractor so much it's just ridiculous. So if I bring this up and I select the, whoops, if I select the Dutes and I go Alt-R, repair and cleaning done. Look at that. Magically washed and everything's repaired, including whatever I'm hooked onto. I don't know if you knew it did that or not, but it does. So we'll go this way. Just my camera mod. I was hoping that that camera mod not just pulled you back, but in the tractor. I wish they'd change it so it not necessarily pulls you back, but allows you to adjust your height, your seat height. That's what I actually thought it was going to do when it first came out. And I thought, cool, but it actually just withdraws you from the seat, or from the dash, I guess, if you'd like to say. Okay, so let's plot a course for this. And this is an 18 meters. So let's bring up the course play. This is field 1 user. How come we don't have a field 1 user? Oh, I'll bet you I lost it in the... just get out of this for a second. I gotta get on the field. We lost that with that last game when it went Rocky Horror Picture Show on us. Okay, let's go back here. Calculate current field path 1 and overwrite. Now we have a field 1 user. There it is. We're gonna do, whoops, 2 headlands counterclockwise. We'll set it to turn, and see, this shouldn't be 12, it should be 18, I believe, or no, now I can't remember. I might have been all wrong about that. It might be 12. Let's find out. Generate that course back, and we'll just back up a little bit here. Remember this bug down here? Come on. That's a bit of a new bug in the headland. Turn. Anyways, okay, so we're set for that. And we'll just double check our field speed here. I think that's fine. And we'll just start at the first waypoint. And this is a spreader, not a tool. And we'll drive the course. I think I might have been wrong. It might be 12. For some reason I thought it was 18. Yeah, no, that looks right. Okay, we can take the overhead down. I need to look at that. Just kind of curious how, okay, he didn't run into the hedge there. That's such a big deal. Such a small thing, but such a big deal that that HUD works now kind of flawlessly. I haven't run into any problems with them doing their job and then getting to the end and taking off on you because the HUD doesn't come up. Matter of fact, I don't know that they're even taking off on me anymore, which I'll double check. Okay, he got a little lost there for a moment. Interesting. Very interesting that he did that. I think this is 5.3 that I've got here right now, for those that are in the know. Version 5.3 for the course play, that is. So I've been looking at a couple other maps now too. I don't want to, I mean, I know some people go to 60, 65 episodes on a single map, and that's probably very viable. But I'm wondering for myself in the beginning if I shouldn't, you know, not necessarily not do 65 episodes, because I think a lot of people like this particular map, as do I. I just enjoy the feel of it. And I'm wondering if maybe what I should do is mix it up a little bit, kind of work 2 farms at once, maybe 3, and alternate episodes, you know, not with any set rule that it's got to be alternated. Interesting what he's doing here. I guess this is the transition. I don't have the overheads up right now, but it looks like a fairly natural transition to me, so I'm just going to go with it and say okie dokie yoki. Nice suspension travel on this tractor. What do you think? Sure looks good, you know, good and lively. Good tire depression into the dirt with those balloon tires. Some would complain, well, that's not a very natural terrain in it. See, this is what I find interesting. He knows it's a left turn, but it's like he's doing his turns as if they were right turns. There's some kind of confusion going on here in the course play. And I tried to tell somebody about it, but they didn't quite follow that. And it's because he's thinking do a right turn that these patches are getting left around in there. I think it would have been more natural to do a left turn, not a right turn. It's like he was setting himself up for a right turn and then realized it's a left turn. And I think part of that is that confusion in the way that, if you bring this up here, where am I here? This always says it's a right turn. Now I'm changing it back to left, but I shouldn't have to do that. Somehow there's a confusion happening here. And it didn't do this, like, say 2 weeks ago. Like there, he should have gone right through to finish that off. He didn't either. Now I know he's going to go right to make his left to kind of spread out a little bit, but now is he going to back up into the corner over here somewhere? Looks like it, and maybe he'll pick this up. Hopefully. Yeah, it looks like he's going to pick up a good chunk of it. See how he went right when he's supposed to be going left? Now this is just a duplicate lane because of the math of the width of the implement, its work width. Now he's going to be doing the up downs here, so fair enough. I'll just bring that up for you. You can see, and I can see. So here we are. Whoops. Here we are right here. So that's that lane he just did. Kind of a weird lane, but this is just the natural way he has to do the field, right? Leaves me a little bit to do at the end there, but hey, that's all fair. We're in beta. No worries. Now, does he go right through it, or does he leave a patch? Okay, not too bad. A little bit of a patch there. Not too bad, though. Okay, so let's jump out here. And I don't think we have... Well, you know what? I could go right to seeding on this one. So I think that's what we'll do. We're just going to jump into the ST Max here. Player cam. Yeah, we'll just we're gonna go over there and set this field up for might as well go with soybean as well. We definitely need the money, and that way I'll have a nice crop when I take both these fields off for delivery down to the market, and we'll pick up some extra cash. And then I'm thinking maybe we could plow a little bit of that and create ourselves a nice big field of maybe one of canola and one of sunflower that, you know, maybe we can get 80,000 off each or something if the fields are big enough, and well, they definitely can be. Now we need to bring up the course play on this one. This will also be field 1, and we'll do 2 headlands counterclockwise. We'll turn. And that is correct. Generate that course. Come back. Set our field speeds. Everything looks good there. Actually, we can pick that up a little bit. And that one a bit. Maybe not quite that much. And we'll start at the first waypoint. And we're set for a spreader. And we'll hopefully not run into... Oh, stop that, driver. You almost watched me do it too, didn't you? Why didn't you say something? I didn't have the crop selected. I hate it when I do that. Okay, start at the first point. Away we go. Hopefully he doesn't run into the lime spreader on the ends of the fields there as he's doing his laps here in the headlands. Interesting, you know, another little bug I've noticed. If you look at my speed, it's set for 25, but it'll only do 24, and it's not for lack of power, okay? Just a little bug I'm picking up on, and I don't think it's this map. I don't think it's the machine. I just think it's giants, to be honest. Okay, we can see that our 6230 has reached its end point, so we'll go jump into that one. And we'll bring up the HUD. Look at that. It's still taking off on us, but at least I can bring the HUD up. I can clear that course. And we'll close the course play. And I see our lime spreader has reached its end point. Let's go and get him out of the way. Make sure he's not in the way. Yeah, see, come on, you guys. Stop that. Stop it. Stop, driver. I wish they'd cooperate with each other. Left a bit of a mess for the cedar there, but that's how it goes. Course play bug, no obstruction, obstacle, what would be the word, obstacle avoidance in the course play at all. Especially to see another course play vehicle. They should at least put that in there, that they time each other to avoid each other. Okay, I don't think any other fields need lime. At least none that I own. So we're good in that front. Now I think what we're going to do is grab a hold of that plow and maybe start to plow a field over in what we own over there on the other side of the hedge there, which is a ton of land. Perfect for plowing. Growing crops. Set him down there. Grab hold of that plow. Should check our animals here momentarily. See how they're doing. Chickens look good. Horses look good. And get on that front, nothing to worry about. We should start over there, but I think it'd be easier to get into this field going this direction. Now, I don't necessarily need to, I'm not really trying to conserve space here, so I'll leave myself a nice big green belt area here off the road. Let's open up this plow. We invariably will end up working it with the course play. I'm just gonna put it down, put it down and wide to create fields and do the best I can, trying to square myself to the hedge here to try and make it look give it some semblance of order. How's that? Now you can see the way it's dog toothing or saw toothing like that, that's not straight. So you get some kind of idea what straight is according to the map here, I guess. So that hedge, well, I mean, it's hard to tell, to be honest, from this angle, but I hate it when my field's sawtooth like that, but oh well. And based on the lay of the land here, I'm just gonna go like this. I don't want to start up that hill just because of harvesters and whatnot. Create ourselves a Really nice big field here. We got so much land. Now I'm going to try something here, and I'm not sure if I'm doing it right or not. Okay, so if I follow the plow here, trying to keep a straight line, and it's dog toothing on me there a little bit, dog legging, sawtoothing, whatever you like. Don't think there's a way. Well, maybe you can just barely follow the grain of the weeds here. Try and make some semblance of a straight field. I think what I can do is use the course play once I join this circle, and I believe I can set this plow based on joining this together, like I said, to I believe I can use the course play to do all the inside of this, and it'll generate a course. I didn't experiment with this off camera, which is probably the better way to do it, but you know what? Sometimes trying to problem solve one thing, people learn something altogether that, hey, I didn't know you could do that, and that may have not been what I was after to do in the first place, but I'm going to attempt it. Now, if I bring up the course play, and I have to close that one first. What happens? Yeah, see? It did calculate it. Everybody see that? He calculated the current field's edge path. Now I got to give it a number. And I don't think I can. I think it knows there's only so many fields in this map. Let me just bring up the map here for a minute. I have to close the course play. Their top field number is, correct me if I'm wrong, looks like 25. So if I call this field 26, let's take that down. Whoops. Yeah, add it to the list. Okay, it just calculated this course. So now I go here. Oh, this is going to be magical. Watch this. Yeah, see, it sees the field. Okay, so hang on. No, I wonder if it shows up as 26. Yeah, there it is, 26 user. Okay, headland passes, 2. Why not? We're going counterclockwise. We'll set this one to smooth, just for giggles, and see what it does. Working width looks correct. Generate that field. Aha. There it is. And I think he's gonna, let me just bring up, I think I can keep him from duplicating what we've done by saying this is where we are. So if I bring up the overhead like so, whoops, I didn't have to have the plow down to do this, by the way, people, but it just happened to be down. That's okay. Now, you could say to start here, but you'd be mistaken, because he wouldn't do the rest of the field. What I have to do, whoops, come on, is I have to pick him up as he just finished the first headland pass. Now, come on, come around, come around. And I'm going to set him up just to the one behind me so he knows that he's still just coming from the first headland pass. Otherwise, he thinks he's on the second. So you have to start him before he joins that second row. Now, if I start this course at the nearest waypoint and say drive the course, he should follow in now into the transition into the second headland pass, because I generated the course as if I hadn't done anything. How do you like them apples? If everybody who knows how to do this is going, yeah, big deal, hey, I'm glad. But for everybody who doesn't know how to do this, wasn't that spectacular? Now I don't have to do all this manually, nor do I have to harvest manually or seed manually. I can use the course play. I think that was, I never even got that far in my train of thought, to be honest. You know, thinking about the seeder and everything, could I even generate a field number and all that out here? I never even thought about that till I attempted to do this. So I actually taught myself a little bit of foreknowledge to think about these open green areas, you know, because some of these maps are incorporating this. So yeah, I think that's spectacular. Now, if I edited my videos or re-rendered them, you would never have seen any of this. And this, again, is part of the beauty of live play. It's like watching a live stream, but at 2K, or 1440 as far as YouTube will allow it to be. But, you know, and that's the beauty of live stream, is because you get to see stuff like this. You get to see people's mistakes, and people mess up and have to laugh it off, and it makes it real and not a polished product like you're watching a movie or a sitcom on television. Okay, and to me that's more realistic. So that's an excuse as to why I don't re-render them. The other real reason is I have a YouTube channel aside from this, and to do both channels and all the rendering and it just, no, there wouldn't be enough hours in the day. I do it myself, and I do this as an addition to what else I'm doing on YouTube. If any of you figured out what channel is mine, not a huge channel. I think I only got about 5,000 subscribers or something like that. I don't make any money off the channel, not because I don't monetize, or not because they're not paying me anything to do it, but because I don't monetize that channel, nor do I do this one. I do it because I like to do it, and without getting too political, I don't want YouTube's money anyways. So, bottom line is this is part of the reason why I don't re-render and polish the product. And the other reason is, for exactly what I just told you, you would never see this kind of stuff in a polished product. And therefore you would learn less from it, or enjoy less of it. How's that? Now he should make the transition here. That's what he's doing here. If you were wondering where's he going and what's happening, this is where he's going to make the big loop and start down. He just transitioned into the up-down here. Now we're on these lanes. Now if you're wondering why he's so close to that lane, it's because of the math of the width of the field versus the width of the implement. He's done a couple of very narrow lanes, and then if you look over here, they actually do get quite a bit wider, and that's because he's at some point he has to make do a narrow pass, so they just do it right off the beginning. So it's not that I've set the implement work width wrong. Okay, you can see by the time he finishes this lane, because he's already only doing half an implement on this one, it's a little bit of a fine-tuning as well within the course play. I think they could have done it slightly more efficiently, but ultimately in the end he's going to do it right, and the whole field will be plowed. So that should be the last narrow lane that he does, and you can see now, looking at that lane, he should be pretty much right on the money now. See, I think in essence what they could have done is made that transition to the middle lane between these two, or even a little bit more this way or something. But that's fine-tuning. I'm just as pleased as punch that it is actually doing what it should do, and will complete the job. So anyways, I think we did quite a bit in this episode, and that was actually a pretty exciting discovery with the course play as to how useful it really can be. I can see he's leaving a little bit of an extra length there, and I think that happened in a miscalculation within the course play about that second headland, because I noticed he was carving it pretty narrow, and he didn't take full work width of the implement. So I'm going to have to clean up a patch here and there. But you can see he's right on it now. full width of the implement, and that's what he'll do right to the end of this. So anyways, I think we're going to call this episode a wrap, and I'm going to let him continue to do this. If I was going to say, if I re-rendered, I could just fast forward this and allow you to see completion of the field. Well, I don't re-render, and there's no way to splice this together without re-rendering. So I'm going to call it a wrap on this episode, and when we rejoin us again in the next one, you'll see that this field is now plowed and we'll be ready to go to seed. See another fine-tuning, and that has to do with, they think, let me just bring this up so I can bring up my arrow here. They think, I gotta undo this, now I can bring it up. The course plate thinks that the plow is here, so when he pulls forward and lifts his plow, he thinks it's all done, but the actual is up here. So it's not getting it. The plow is actually working from the front of the implement. These are just harrowing discs, but the plow itself is up here. And it may be because this is a mod that they've added this in. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Anyways, for the third attempt at closing this video out, if you enjoyed the video, you learned anything, maybe you liked the banter, maybe you liked the graphics, give me a thumbs up on your way out. And if you really like it, give me a subscribe. We're young and growing. And with that, we'll say thank you for watching, and we'll see you again on the next one. Bye for now.